can take a moment closing the eyes, just kind of settling into the breath, and just kind of checking in with the physical body, the emotional, mental body as well. Just observing how you're feeling at this moment, whether you're coming to practice with something and all this craziness that's happening, or you're just glad to be here. Maybe you set an intention for your class, your practice this morning, or afternoon, I guess, whenever you're practicing. Just take some time to settle into the breath. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Whatever your intention is for practice, if you have an intention, just knowing that coming to the mat, you're doing something nourishing and beneficial for the physical body, but also the emotional and thinking body. Taking one more inhale. One last exhale. And then softly opening the eyes if you have the eyes closed. We'll actually start standing today. So we'll start right away with some half salutations. So coming to the top of the mat, you can let the eyes close. We're just settling into a standing position, mountain pose, Tadasana, with the feet hip-bone distance. Or you can bring the feet together in Samasthiti, just pressing all 10 toes into the earth, lifting the inner arches of the feet. Feel the low belly hug up and in, so starting to activate the bellies forward with Uddiyana Bandha. Take a moment to draw the shoulders up to the ears, lengthening the sides of the waist, and then settle the shoulders down back body without forcing anything. So feel how the press of the feet into the earth offers this lengthening up through the spine. Crown of head reaches towards the ceiling. And then we'll move on the breath, opening the eyes. Take an inhale with the arms up and overhead. Maybe the gaze lifts. As you fold, exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the heart, and then pause into forward fold at the top of the mat. You can widen the feet a little bit, maybe soften the knees, any arm variation that serves you. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows. You can shift from side to side, just starting to warm up and lengthen the hamstrings. Let the head be heavy. Keep the belly hugging up and in to protect the low back. And then come to center if you are moving. Release the hands. Let the torso just be heavy. With the inhale, draw the hands up to shin bones, wave out through the spine. Find a flat back. Knees are soft, but belly is active. We'll take this a couple times. Exhale, fold, head is heavy. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, wave out through the spine, lengthen. Bring weight into the heels. Fold, exhale. One more just like this. Inhale, lengthen. Reaching crown of head forward, gazes look. Fold, exhale. This time, as you inhale, press down into the feet. Come all the way up to stand through Urdhva, lengthen up. Exhale, release to standing. Twice more this way, a little bit quicker. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. Exhale, hollow the belly, fold, Uttanasana. Lengthen out, inhale, long back. Fold, exhale. Come up to standing on the inhale. Use the full breath to arrive. Exhale, release. One more this way. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, folding, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. This time we'll continue on from the top of the mat. Lengthen, inhale. And then fold, exhale. Inhale, find your long back. This time as you exhale, you can bring the hands down. Step the left foot back, soften the knee, and then come up right away to find a high lunge. And let this shift a bit. You can consider straightening the front leg, deepening the bend in the knee. Maybe you're bringing the back knee down. Just kind of shifting to bring some more space and length into the hamstrings, into the hips. Keep the belly hugging in so you're not sinking into the low back. The rib cage softens in. And then after some movement, settle into your high lunge. Again, softening the back knee so you keep shoulders over hips. shoulders. As you exhale, bring both hands down to the earth. We'll take a twist here. Maybe bring the block under the left hand. One inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, belly hugs in, turn open towards the right side. So from here, bottom shoulder draws on back body. The right hip softens back, active through the back leg. The gaze is towards the ceiling or maybe straight ahead. Strong through the belly. And then as you exhale, bring the hand down. Step back towards plank pose. Pause. And just feel the front body firming into back body. It might feel nice to kind of shift here. And it will also add to some core strengthening through the low belly, shifting the heels side to side or front to back. And then as you exhale, lift it up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take a couple breaths here to pedal out the feet. Continuing to lengthen through the back body. Belly is strong, activating through the shoulders, and really let the shoulders connect to back body. So it's almost as if you're spinning the eyes of the elbows forward to create that outer rotation of the upper arm bones to keep the shoulders broad. From here with the inhale, we'll gaze forward and step forward right into a flat back. Lengthen out, inhale. Fold, exhale. Come back up to standing or Vinyasa. Exhale. Release, taking the other side. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. Exhale to fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, this time the right foot steps back. And come up to your high lunge. On the inhale, so again, think of pressing down to lift up. And for a couple breaths, just kind of shift it around, playing around with bending the knees or straightening the legs. Keeping the belly connected and contained, and then settle into your still high lunge. The gaze is soft, the neck and the jaw have no tension here, but you really feel that lengthening up out of the waist. As you exhale, bring both hands down, prepare to twist. So before twisting, take an extra in-breath to really elongate the spine, belly hugs in. And exhale, and twisting open to the left side. Settling in here. So each inhale, think of reaching crown of head forward as the hips reach back, especially the left hip. It softens back. Right thigh bone is lifting up and in. As you exhale, gaze down, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. And from here, lower all the way to the belly. We'll take a couple rounds of belly back bends, moving on the breath. If that's not what you need right now, you can always come into a Sphinx pose with the elbows right under the shoulders. So from the earth, bring hands back to the mid-rib cage. Elbows drop in, tops of feet connect to the earth, glutes engage. And then inhale, lift up through head, neck, and shoulders. Strengthening through back body here. Exhale, release. Taking this twice more. Inhale, lengthen up. Gaze is low. You can switch up the arms. Exhale, release. We'll take this once more. So with the inhale, lift up, find your baby back bend. Or you can transition to Shalabhasana, maybe the feet hover, reaching the arms back. Crown of head reaches forward, toes reach back. Think of lengthening. And then exhale to release. In your manner, come back to downward facing dog. So you might choose to pass through a table pose. Maybe come into child's pose first. Maybe you just arrived. Stillness or movement. Taking what you need. Maybe shaking the head, yes or no. And then find stillness at the bottom of the exhale, soften the knees, make your way forward. Walk, step, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Full exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva. Exhale to release. We'll continue on from here. Inhale, arms and gaze lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. If you take vinyasas, feel free to take a first vinyasa or modify. You can always leave out vinyasas. And then exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. With With the next in-breath, lift the right leg. Take some time to open out the hip. You can soften the knee. Maybe you're shifting and kind of circling the thigh bone or the ankle bone. Making sure left side body is still strong here, so you're not sinking into the left shoulder or left hip. It's quite active. And then with the next inhale, re-extend the legs, stepping right foot in between the hands, angle the back heel down. Come up, warrior two on the right side. So left arm reaches up and overhead. Then settling in, stacking shoulders over hips. So not kind of shifting forward. You really want to anchor back into the left thigh bone. The gaze is soft. Strengthening through the inner thighs. With the next inhale, lift up and back. Find a reverse warrior. You deepen the bend in the right knee. But think of rather than sinking back, you're leaning back. So left side body is still long as well. One more inhale here. Really lengthening right side body. For the exhale, reach out long. Find Parsvakonasana. You can bring right forearm or elbow to the thigh as left arm reaches up and overhead. Strong through the belly, active through left thigh. When the right glute engages, keep the right knee tracking over the heel and the ankle. Inhale, come back up, reverse warrior. This time straighten the front leg, take hold of the hips, parallel the feet. You might even turn the toes in a bit, heels out. Inhale to lift through the chest. Find some back bend energy. As you exhale, fold halfway. So bring hands under shoulders. Keep the heels weighted as you reach the heart forward a bit. So just find this kind of flat back before starting to shift. So maybe you're just shifting with the feet parallel side to side. You can go a bit deeper, more towards the Skandasana shape. So you can turn the toes out a bit more. Shift side to side. Whatever you're moving or however you're moving, it's connected to the breath. And it's intentional. So using the strength as you shift side to side rather than just collapsing your body weight. The next time you inhale, parallel the feet, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, take a forward fold of your choice, walking the hands forward into a down dog shape. You can choose to walk the arms back. Maybe you're bringing the forearms to the outsides of the shin bones. Keep the knees soft so you don't overextend or hyperextend the joints here. With the inhale, lengthen forward. And then give it to the front of the room, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Your choice, Vinyasa again, or just find downward facing dog again. You can leave out Vinyasas at any point. We'll take the other side. So once you arrive, take an in-breath to pick up the left leg, stacking left hip on top of right, maybe softening the knee, taking some movement. Same thing you did on the first side. The head is heavy, jaw is soft. Right side body is strong here. And then as you inhale, re-extend the leg, stepping left foot forward, come up, warrior two. So right heel angles down, and then the right arm reaches up and overhead as you settle in here. Take about 3 breaths, connecting to the inner thighs. Lifting through the inner arches of the feet. So feel that sense of ease within the pose as well as the strength here. With the next inhale, reverse warrior, stay again for a couple of breaths. Each inhale, think about reaching up with a little more length. Each exhale, maybe deepening into the pose. But again, not collapsing through right side body. Still want some length there. The shoulders are soft. As you exhale, so passing through warrior two to find Parsvakonasana, you can rest left forearm on the thigh. Just making sure you're not just sinking your weight and relying on your left leg to keep you there. So there's a lot of strength that goes into this shape. Even here, front body firms into back body. The right thigh bone is hugging up and into the pelvis. And you're really relying on the whole right side and the core work to keep you here. The next in-breath, lift all the way up and back, reverse warrior. This time we'll switch it up as you exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Vinyasa, downward facing dog. Maybe you take a breath in child's pose. Again, maybe this shifts. Maybe you just enjoy the stillness. Always returning back to the breath if you find that the mind continues to wander. And then at the bottom of the exhale, softening the knees. Again, make your way forward. Walk, step, or float. Find your long back as you inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale this time, bend the knees, sit the hips low, find chair pose, Utkatasana, and we'll stay here. So we'll work with a little balance here. Before doing that, think of keeping the center of gravity low. So the lower you are, the more stability you'll find, and the more you can connect to the belly, you'll find more stability there as well. So as you inhale, press down into the left foot. You can bring hands to heart. Come up to standing, take the right knee with you. Maybe you just stay here. So there's a lot of stopping points along the way. You can uplift the arms. Maybe take a little side bend over to the right side. So really lengthening left side body. Maybe having to place the foot down as well. And then as you come back to center, so we'll transition passing through warrior three. So soften the knee in the standing leg, and then start to tip the torso forward as you extend right leg back. Maybe you take the arms back with you, strong through the right thigh. So we'll go back to that same standing variation. Soften the left knee, come back up, strong belly. Twice more this way. So exhale, soften the left knee, come back, Virabhadrasana 3, crown reaches forward, strong press through right heel. Last time this way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, find warrior three. So moving a little bit slower, but you really focus on that strength through these transitions. From here, soften the left knee, place the right foot down, find warrior one here. So always adjust your stance as you need to find warrior one, so that the left hip can soften back, right hip wraps forward. Softening the rib cage in towards back body. Keeping the belly active, anchoring into the right leg. Take one more breath. With the next inhale, straighten the front leg, and then we'll pivot all the way to the back of the room to find warrior two on the right side. So again, adjusting your feet as you go, making sure to have the proper alignment for your structure. Right knee is tracking over the right toes. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. And we'll move on the breath here. Take an inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Just kind of moving on the breath. Lengthen up, inhale, reverse. Twice more this way. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Barely tapping into it. So tap into the strength of the core here. Last time, inhale, reverse. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. And as you come back up, reverse warrior, this time straighten the front leg. And then coming into triangle pose, so you're shifting the hips towards the left side, really towards the front of the room. And then you're reaching out long out of the waist to find triangle pose. Maybe come up a bit higher than normal. So if we go down lower, we sometimes have a tendency to round, especially through the left rib cage. So what you really want to find is that lengthening through right side body as well. And you might find that wrapping the left hip down a bit towards the earth helps to lengthen right side body. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up to reverse warrior, rebending right knee. And then passing through warrior two, passing through parallel to come to a high lunge at the front of the room. So spin the back heel up. So we're high lunge on the left side. We'll move on the breath again, just feeding into the core. As you exhale, belly hugs in, take a twist to the left side. Twice more this way. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist. So the twist comes right from navel center. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, last time. And as you come back to center, re-extend the arms, plant the hands, and then just step the back foot forward as you lengthen. Inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, sit the hips, come back to chair pose, and then prepare to take the other side. Kind of working with that balance. So you can bring hands to heart. Really ground out through the right leg. As you come up, straightening right leg, take the left knee with you. Again, you might re-extend the arms as well. Maybe take a little side bend over to the left. Press down into the right foot. Just observing. One leg might be very different than the other, right? Come back to center as you exhale. You're softening into the right knee, tipping it forward, coming to warrior three. Actively engage through the back leg. Left hip softens down a bit. Gaze is low. Inhale, rebend right knee, come back up. Exhale, soften right knee back to warrior three. One more this way. So the more you can cultivate core strength, the more balance you'll find. Come back up, inhale. And then this time as you exhale, sweep it all the way back, passing through warrior three to find warrior one. So the back heel will angle down, adjusting the stance as you need to. So you might need to bring the back foot a bit wider to allow for the pelvis to kind of steer itself to neutral so that the right hip can soften back this time. Taking 2 more breaths here. So as much as you're anchoring down into the earth and you're finding that lightness, that buoyancy up out of the waist, soft shoulders. The next time you inhale, straighten the front leg, pivoting to the back, warrior two on the left side. So adjusting the feet and then settling in. Right thigh bone is lifting up into the pelvis, so it encourages this lift up out of the waist rather than sinking into it. Moving on the breath, take an inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, find Parsva Konasana. Not quite staying here. Inhale, come back up, reverse warrior. Keep connecting the right thigh bone. Exhale, reach out long, Parsva Konasana. Last time, pick it up and back. Inhale. Exhale, Parsva Konasana. As you inhale, reverse the warrior, straighten through the front leg, and you can pass through center. So as you exhale, really exaggerate this press back of the hip creases to extend out long out of the waist. Find triangle pose and settle in. So each inhale, you find a little more length through the spine, so reaching crown away from tailbone. Each exhale, maybe find that depth, but without rounding through right side body. So again, it's okay if you're not down here, you're uplifted a bit more. With the next inhale, rebending through left knee, pick it up and back, reverse warrior. And then we'll pivot to the front of the room, so straighten through the left leg, and you're pivoting on the feet to find high lunge on the right side. As the back heel spins up, you can adjust the feet to find your foundation, and then we'll move on the breath of twisting. As you exhale, belly hugs in, turn to the right, maybe deepen into the knees a bit, and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, belly hugs back, twisting. So really, the twist comes from the navel center. Last time, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, belly hugs in the twist. Inhale, come back up to your high lunge. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Again, step the back foot forward, lengthen on inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, sit the hips, find chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, come to stand. So just a little more standing work before we'll start to slow things down. So from the top of the mat, bend the knees, sit the hips, chair pose. Kind of working a little bit with balance here again. Bring hands to heart. As you come back up, this time take the left knee with you. We'll take that same transition. Maybe you keep the arms extended up as you exhale, passing through warrior three. So as you have the arms forward, it increases the load on back body to really strengthen back body. So same transition again. Bend the right knee, step back, back to warrior one. Interlace fingers behind back body, lift the chest. As you exhale, we'll take this into a fallen warrior. So continue reaching the right hip back as you extend out long out of the waist. Maybe you just stop parallel parallel to the earth here. Maybe you exhale to the inside of the right thigh. Keep drawing the right hip back, almost towards the back inner ankle. With the next inhale, we'll come all the way back up, back to high lunge, rather back to warrior one. Then from here, straighten the front leg, step the back foot closer, and we'll come into Parsvatonasana. So first, just start with hands on the hips to steer the pelvis towards even, and then take a variation that serves you. So you can take opposite elbows, maybe you continue to interlace fingers. So whatever works for you, reverse namaste might be your practice as well. So take an inhale, lift up through the chest. As you exhale, the pelvis presses back evenly as you extend out long out of the waist, maybe pausing parallel, again to find a little more length, or as you exhale, continue folding over the right leg. And there's lots of variations. You can even just bring the hands down to the earth here, just working to lengthen hamstrings, working to lengthen the spine as well. Not locking up the knees, make sure you don't feel any tension or pressure or pulling at the attachment points. With the next inhale, come all the way back up to standing, and we'll take one more twist here. So start with the right hand on the hip, left hand can uplift here. So maybe you use the block, you can bring it to the inside of the right foot. As you exhale, again, reach out long. And when you get to parallel, pause, draw the right hip back a bit more, and then start your twist. So you're wrapping left ribcage around, maybe bring the left hand down to the earth to lock to your foot, and you can just stay here with the hand on the pelvis to really find neutral. Maybe you extend up through right fingertips as well, finding revolve triangle pose. Breathe. Again, lengthening with the inhales, deepening the twist with the exhale. And then as you exhale, the next exhale, gaze down at the toes. This time, bring both hands down. You can spin the back heel up and step the back foot further back. Step back to plank pose, your choice, Vinyasa, downward facing dog, maybe rest in triangles. Always taking what you need in your practice. Then we'll come to the top of the mat. So at the bottom of the exhale, soften the knees. Walk, step, or float forward, lengthen as you inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees to the hips. Utkatasana, chair pose. So again, think of keeping your weight low here. Bring hands to heart. And then as you inhale, come to standing, take the right knee with you. If you did on the first side, maybe you choose to extend the arms. So passing through warrior 3 before warrior 1. So start to kick the right heel back, soften into the left knee. And your choice where you want the arms, it really is just a matter of preference here. But as you come forward, continue connecting to the back leg. Strong belly for stability. Gaze is low, crown reaches forward, engage the glutes here. Deepen the bend in the left knee. Step back, find warrior 1. Settle in for a breath. And always adjust your foundation to serve your structure. So we're not all made the same shape, so it might make sense to take a wider stance with the feet. As you're ready, interlace fingers behind the back body, lift up out of the waist. As you exhale, tip it forward, find fallen warrior. So again, you might just be working parallel to the earth and working that crown forward, tailbone back. If you take it all the way. And this evolves with the breath, so you still find more length with each inhale. Maybe you go a bit deeper with each exhale. Of course, not forcing anything. As you inhale, come all the way back up, back through warrior 1. And then you can straighten the front leg, bring hands to hips, step the back foot closer. So it's not quite as long as a warrior 1 stance, but there's a good distance between the left and the right heel. So find your arm variation. You can take hold of opposite elbows, reverse prayer, whatever you did on the first side. Lift up again out of the waist. As you exhale, press the front foot down and forward. That will help steer the left hip crease back as the right hip crease starts to wrap forward. So finding your variation of Tonasana, whatever works for you. Continue evolving the shape with the breath. More life with each inhale. And you go deeper with the exhale. Inhale, press down into the feet, come all the way up to standing. Doesn't matter what you do with your arms, really. You can extend them, bring them back to your hips. And then from here, coming into a revolved triangle. So inhale, reach the right arm up. As you exhale, guide the left hip back, similar to what we just did. Pausing parallel. From here, encourage a little more length, and then you're starting the rotation right from navel center. Bring the right hand to wherever's comfortable on the earth, a block. Maybe your foot. Maybe you keep left hand on the pelvis. You can always extend left arm up as long as it doesn't compromise the shoulder. Take 2 more breaths. As you exhale, you can gaze down, bring the hands down. Step the right foot further back. Plant the hands, step back to plank pose. You can take one final vinyasa here if you choose. Eventually make your way to rest in a child's pose. So bringing the knees down to the earth, sending the hips back on the heels. Let the arms reach forward to encourage length through the sides of the waist. Head is resting on the earth, returning back to normal belly breath. And then starting to walk the hands back to the knees. Shifting the feet to one side, and then extending the legs long. We'll take a few forward folds before coming down to the earth. So finding Dandasana, staff pose, you can move the glute flesh out of the way so you're right on the sit bones. Connecting to the belly to find that length out of the waist rather than over engaging through the quadriceps. Maybe the eyes closed. Now we'll take a forward fold. So you can choose to take an active forward fold. Lengthen with the inhale, fold on the exhale, taking hold of whatever is available. If you need something more restorative, especially for the low back, you can bend the knees a bit. Wrap the forearms at the backs of the knees. Maybe you catch opposite elbows. And then from here, the spine can round. Maybe you rest the chin or the forehead on the knees. You can even start to extend the legs long. The spine will still round, but it's a little more restorative for the low back. Keep the belly active. One more breath. Wherever you are, inhale, come all the way out of this shape. And this time, bring the soles of the feet together. So it's your choice. If you want the feet in closer to more of a Baddha Konasana shape, you'll get more lengthening through the inner thighs. If you need some outer hip work, you can bring the feet further out in front of you into more of a Tadasana diamond shape. So I'm choosing Tadasana today, but the structure still works the same way. So each inhale, you would lengthen. And then as you exhale, you begin to fold. And at a certain point in either shape, you can let the spine round here. That's again a little more restorative for the back body. I do recommend something that you can rest the head on, just so the head isn't hanging off of the cervical spine, so that the head doesn't come down to the feet. You can bring a block or something that will raise the earth to your head. And then breathe for 2 more breaths. The next time you inhale, come all the way back up. You can set any prop aside. And for a breath, bring the feet wide as the mat. And then just start to windshield wiper, the knees side to side, will ease up on the low back. And then in your manner, come down to back body. So if you want some bonus core work, reach the arms forward and you're shifting back. Maybe you hover the feet, hug it in through the belly so you're not rounding the spine, you're really lengthening here. Maybe you bring the shins parallel to the earth or extend the legs all the way into boat pose in Navasana. If you're still with me, with the exhale, slowly hug in through the belly, begin to draw all the way back down to the earth. Keep hugging the belly back and in though, and then arrive on the earth. You can pause in a mini Shavasana. Maybe extend the arms up and overhead, reaching out long through front body. And then letting that soften. So coming into back bending practice of your choice, I'm going to take and talk you through bridge pose. But if you have full wheel pose in your practice, feel free to do that as well. So if you're with me, bring the feet back towards the sits bones. And we keep the natural curve of the spine here. So you're not flattening the low back on the earth. With the inhale, press down into the feet, and you start to round the tailbone up towards the ceiling to lift the hips. Once you get to the top, maybe you start to shift the shoulder blades towards one another. Maybe you interlace fingers behind back body. Keep that natural curve at the back of the neck so you're not closing off the throat space. Glutes are active. If you want some hamstring work, think about drawing the heels back towards you. That will really start to engage hamstrings. As you exhale, slowly come all the way back down. You can continue taking 2 more rounds of back bends. So as you close out the practice, maybe you decide to take a hip opener of some sort. That could be something like a figure 4. So crossing one ankle over the opposite knee. And to go a bit deeper, you can interlace fingers behind the back of the leg, drawing the shin bone in closer towards the chest. Just make sure the top foot's active to keep the knees safe. And of course, take the other side. So kind of checking in with the physical body again. Kind of taking a mental note of what it is that you need to complete practice. Whether there's an inversion you might need to take, something restorative like Vinyasa Flow or legs up the wall. And then as you close out your practice, in your own time, in your own manner, making your way towards resting, whatever that may be. And thank you all for joining me for another Vinyasa class. Namaste.